Good morning, all. Today we are discussing BSc second semester, BSc second year, third semester abstract algebra paper. Abstract algebra is the one of the beautiful paper in mathematics. In third semester, we are discussing the abstract algebra. In abstract algebra, according to the syllabus, 5 units are there. First one is groups. Okay, students, we are discussing no groups. First of all, we are discussing the number system. Okay, students, now we are discussing the number systems. N equals to set of 1, 2, 3, so on is said to be the set of all rational numbers. We are denoting natural numbers to N. Next one is whole numbers. We are denoting whole numbers. That is W equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, so on is said to be the set of all whole numbers. In natural numbers, 0 is not there. In whole numbers, we are taking 0 to infinity. Next one is integers. Integers is denoted by Z. Z equals to set of minus infinity to plus infinity. That means set of so on minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on is said to be the set of all integers. In positive integers, we are taken 0, 1, 2, 3, so on infinity. That is denoted by Z plus. In negative integers, we are taken Z minus. In Z minus, we are taking the elements minus infinity to 0, that is so on minus 2, minus 1, 0. Okay, students, now we are discussing rational numbers. Rational numbers are in form P by Q, where P comma Q belongs to integers and Q not equals to 0. Okay, Q equals to P by Q form, where P comma Q belongs to Z and Q not equals to Z is set, 0 is said to be the rational numbers. Positive rational numbers are denoted by Q plus and negative is Q minus. A number which is not rational is said to be irrational numbers. A number which is not rational is said to be irrational numbers, and it is denoted by I or Q dash. The union of rational and irrational numbers is called real numbers. Real numbers is denoted by R. Okay, students, last one is complex numbers. Complex numbers are in the form A plus IB, where A comma B belongs to real numbers. Okay, these symbols are using in the groups. Okay, now we are discussing binary operation. Let S be a non-empty set, then the function F is mapping from S cross S. Then the function F is mapping from S cross S is said to be a binary operation on S. Simply, we denote it as circle. Okay, next one is closure. Let G be a non-empty set. Let G be a non-empty set, and circle is the operation on G. For A comma B belongs to G, A circle B belongs to G, then G is said to be a closure with respect to the operation circle. Listen carefully. Let G be a non-empty set. We are taking the non-empty set and the operation circle. Then what we say, for A comma B belongs to G, A circle B belongs to G with respect to the operation circle. Then what we say, G circle is closed. Simply we can say that A circle B belongs to G for all A comma B belongs to G, then G circle is said to be closed. The best example for closure property is N plus. Okay, students, next we are moving to the another definition. Okay, associative property. Let G be a non-empty set and circle is a binary operation on G. Similarly, we can use in closure also. We are taking one non-empty set and one operation. And what we are applying? A circle, B circle, C equals to A circle, B circle, C for all A comma B comma C belongs to G. We are taking three elements A, B, C in G, and G is a non-empty set and circle is a binary operation. Then G circle is said to be associative if A circle, B circle, C equals to A circle, B circle, C. The best example for associative is natural numbers with respect to addition and integers with respect to multiplication. We are again saying you closure means A circle B belongs to G for all A comma B belongs to G. Associative means A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C. Okay, student, next we are moving to existence of identity or identity property. Listen carefully. Let G be a non-empty set. We are taking same non-empty set in closure and associative. Let G be a non-empty set and circle be a binary operation on G. For A belongs to G, there exists E belongs to G such that A circle A equals to E circle A equals to A, then E is said to be the identity element in G. Listen carefully. For A belongs to G, we are taking one element in G. There exists E belongs to G such that A circle E equals to E circle A equals to A. Where circle is a binary operation, then E is said to be the identity element in G. Observe, we are using binary operation plus in case of circle. For example, we are adding A plus E equals to E plus A equals to A. Then which element we are added in plus? 0. If any element added to 0, we get the same element. So additive identity is 0. Similarly, we can say that if any element multiplied with 1, we get the same element. Therefore, multiplicative identity is 1. Okay, students, what is identity? For A belongs to G, there exists E belongs to G such that A circle E equals to E circle A equals to A. Okay, where E is called the identity element. First of all, what you know about the closure? Closure means A circle B equals to G. For all A comma B belongs to G. Associative means A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C. And next, existence of identity means A belongs to G implies there exists E belongs to G such that A circle E equals to E circle A equals to A. Okay. Additive identity is 0 and multiplicative identity is 1. Next one is existence of inverse or inverse property. Listen carefully. After completing the existence of identity, after completing the identity property only we apply the existence of inverse. Let G be a non-empty set and circle be a binary operation on G. For A belongs to G, there exists B belongs to G such that A circle B equals to B circle A equals to E. Then B is said to be the inverse of A and A is said to be the inverse of B. Listen carefully. After existing of identity, we can apply the inverse property. Why? Because A belongs to G, there exists already E belongs to G, then there exists B belongs to G such that A circle B equals to B circle A equals to E. Then we say that G circle is invertible or G circle is invertible. Okay, now we are discussing algebraic structure or algebraic system. Listen carefully. Already we applied G circle is closure, G dot is associative, and Z plus is closure. This type of indication of structure, what we are using in brackets, is called the algebraic structure. Listen carefully. A non-empty set G occupied with one or more binary operations is called algebraic structure. Best example for algebraic structures are n plus, r dot, z minus, r plus, and so on. Okay. Next, we are moving to the next definition, semi-group. Already what we are discussed in the above section, closure, associative, identity, and inverse. Now we are discussing semi-group. Simply, we can say that a non-empty set is said to be semi-group if it satisfies the closure and associative properties. Now we are discussing about this. Let G be a non-empty set and circle be a binary operation on G. Listen carefully. Let G be a non-empty set and circle be a binary operation on G. Then the algebraic system G circle is said to be semi-group if A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C for all A comma B comma C belongs to G. Observe that already given that the binary operation, already given that G is a non-empty set, circle be a binary operation. So there is no need to prove the closure property. So it is enough to prove associative. Okay, students, what is semi-group? A non-empty set is set and circle be any operation, then we say that the set is said to be a semi-group if it satisfies closure and associative properties. Best example for semi-group is n plus comma or plus. Okay, now we are discussing the problems. Okay, verify that star is an operation defined on a set of rational numbers by a star b equals to a minus b plus ab is a semi-group or not. Listen carefully. Verify that star is an operation defined on a set of rational numbers by a star b equals to a minus b plus ab is semi-group or not. What we have to prove now? Semi-group or not. What are the properties of semi-group? Semi-group satisfies closure and associative. Now we are discussing the closure and associative properties here. What you are given? Let a comma b belongs to q. What? Because given that rational numbers, so we define let a comma b belongs to q. We have to verify that a star b is semi-group or not. We have to verify that a star b belongs to q or not. Okay, now we are considering a comma b belongs to q. We already know that subtraction of two rational numbers is rational number, therefore a minus b belongs to q. Already we know that product of two rational numbers is also rational numbers, therefore ab belongs to q. We also know that rational numbers is a group under addition, therefore a minus b plus ab belongs to q. Implies a star b belongs to q. Why? Because already defined that a star b equals to a minus b plus ab. Therefore a star b belongs to q for all a comma b belongs to q. Implies q star is closed. Therefore star is a binary operation. Okay students, now we are discussing associative property. Let a comma b comma c belongs to q. What we now prove that a star b star c equals to a star b star c. Now we are considering LHS a star b star c. A star b star c. We are applying the values in bracket. B star c equals to already defined that a star b equals to a minus b plus ab. Therefore b star c equals to b minus c plus bc. Now we are taking these whole term, these total term as single term. So a star b minus c plus bc equals to a minus b, a minus of b minus c plus bc plus a into bracket open b minus c plus bc bracket close. Okay students, are you understood? Equals to a minus b plus c minus bc plus ab minus ac plus abc. Next we are considering the RHS. What is that? A star b star c equals to, now we are applying the value in the brackets. A minus b plus ab star c equals to a minus b plus ab minus c plus a minus b plus ab into c equals to a minus b minus c plus abc plus ac minus b, sorry, a minus b minus c plus ab, okay, plus ac minus bc plus abc. Therefore LHS not equals to RHS, therefore this star is not associative. Therefore, G star is not semi-group. Why? Because semi-group satisfies closure and associative. But the given set is not satisfies associative property. Therefore, G star is not a semi-group. Are you understood, students? Next, we are moving to the next problem. Verify that the operation circle defined on a set of rational numbers by a circle b equals to a plus b by 2 is a semi-group or not. We are applying the same way what we are done in the above problem. We are applying the same process and work out this problem. Okay. Next one is power set. The power set is a set containing elements which are all possible subsets of a given set. The power set is a set containing elements which are all possible subsets of a given set. Are you understood? We are taking one set and we are applying all the subsets of that set and itself is called the power set. Okay. For example, if we are taking A equals to set of 1, 2, 3. First of all, we are taking non-empty set. That means we are applying power set in power set. Non-empty, that means pi. First one is pi. Next one is A. We are taking overall set, that is 1, 2, 3. Next set of single term, set of 1, set of 2, set of 3. Next combination is 1, 2. Next 2, 3. We are not repeating the terms 3. Next one is 3, 1. We are not repeating any element in the set repeatedly. Therefore, A containing the sets pi A, set of 1, set of 2, set of 3, set of 1, 2, set of 2, 3, set of 3, 1. Therefore, power set of P of A is, have you understood? Next one is monoid. Students, are you understood? What is power set? The power set is a set containing elements which are all the possible subsets of A. Okay. Next, we are moving to the next definition, monoid. We already know that semigroup satisfies closure and associative. Now we are discussing monoid. The monoid is also a semigroup, but additionally, identity property is added. Okay, listen carefully. A semigroup G circle is monoid if identity element exists in G with respect to the operation circle. A semigroup is a group. A semigroup G circle is monoid if identity element exists in G with respect to the operation circle. That means semigroup satisfies closure, associative, and identity properties. Okay, students? That is, G circle is monoid if closure, associative, identity. Closure means A comma B belongs to G implies A circle B belongs to G. Associative implies A comma B comma C belongs to G implies A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C. The last one is identity. Identity means A belongs to G. There exists E belongs to G such that A circle A equals to E circle A equals to A. Okay, best example for monoid is N dot. And also we given another example, N plus is not a monoid because identity element is not exist. Because N containing set of 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. But the additional identity is, what is that? 0. But 0 is not there in N. Therefore, N plus is not monoid. Okay. Next, we are coming to the main definition, that is group. Listen carefully. Already we are discussing closure, associative, identity, inverse, and semigroup and monoid. Semigroup means it satisfies closure and associative. Monoid means it satisfies closure, associative, identity. And coming to the group, group is also a monoid. Additionally, we are adding the inverse property in here. Group is also a monoid. In this, we are additionally added inverse. Listen carefully. Let G be a non-empty set and circle be a binary operation on G. Then G circle is said to be a group if G circle is associative, identity, and inverse. Are you understood? Already we discussed here, circle is a binary operation. That's why we are not mentioning the closure property. Okay, students? That is, G circle is a group if it satisfies closure, associative, existence of identity, and inverse. Okay, best example, inverse means for A belongs to G, there exists B belongs to G such that A circle B circle C equals A circle B equals to B circle A equals to E. Best example for group is Z plus, R plus, Q plus, and so on. Okay, students, are you understood? Now we are discussing abelian group or commutative group. Group satisfies the properties closure, associative, identity, and inverse. Coming to abelian group additionally satisfies the abelian property, or it can be seen also commutative property. Listen carefully. A group G circle is said to be an abelian group or commutative group if A circle B equals to B circle A for all A comma B belongs to G. Are you understood? A group is said to be abelian group if a group satisfies additionally commutative law or abelian group. abelian law. Okay, that means a group satisfies A circle B equals to B circle A for all A comma B belongs to G. Okay, students. Next, we are discussing some problems. Listen carefully. Show that the set Q plus of all positive rational numbers forms an abelian group under the composition defined by circle such that A circle B equals to AB by 3. What we are given? Show that the set Q plus, that means positive rational numbers, forms an abelian group under the composition defined by circle such that A circle B equals to AB by 3. What we are considering? Let Q plus equals to P by Q form. Already we know that rational numbers are in Q by Q, P by Q form, where we are given positive rational numbers. Therefore, P comma Q belongs to Z plus. What we now prove that? Closure, associative, identity and inverse and abelian. Okay, first we are discussing the closure property. What we now prove? A circle B belongs to Q plus for all A comma B belongs to Q plus. Now we are taking A comma B belongs to Q plus, implies AB belongs to Q plus since the product of two rational numbers is also a rational number. Therefore, AB belongs to Q plus implies AB by 3 belongs to Q plus. Already we have defined that A circle B equals to AB by 3. Therefore, AB by 3 equals to A circle B belongs to Q plus. Therefore, Q plus circle is closed. And therefore, circle is a binary operation. Are you understood, students? Next, we are moving to associative. Let A comma B comma C belongs to Q plus. What we now prove? A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C. Now we are taking the LHS. A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle mean C means already given. A circle B equals to A circle B equals to AB by 3. That means B circle C equals to BC by 3. Now we are taking BC by 3 is the only one term and A circle BC by 3 equals to A into BC by 3 by 3 equals to ABC by 3. Next we are considering the RHS. A circle B circle C. Now we are applying the condition only in bracket term. A circle B equals to AB by 3 circle 3 equals to AB into C by 3 equals to AB by ABC by 9. Therefore, LHS equals to RHS. Therefore, A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C. Therefore, Q plus C circle is associative. Next, we are proving existence of identity or identity property. What we now prove? For A belongs to Q plus, there exists E belongs to Q plus such that A circle E equals to E circle A equals to A. Listen carefully. Let E belongs to Q plus be the identity element. For each A belongs to Q plus, there exists E belongs to Q plus such that A circle E equals to E circle A equals to A. Now we are taking the only single term A circle E equals to A implies A circle E equals to A implies A already given that A circle B equals to AB by 3. That means A circle E equals to AE by 3 implies AE equals to 3A implies we are taking AE minus 3A equals to 0. Taking A as common implies A into E minus 3 equals to 0 implies E minus 3 equals to 0 since A not equals to 0. Since we are taking A from the positive rational number, that means A not equals to 0 implies E equals to 0. Therefore, E equals to 3 belongs to Q plus is the identity element. Okay, students? Next, we are moving to existence of inverse. That means we are finding the inverse of these elements. Let B belongs to Q plus be the inverse element of A belongs to Q plus. Already we know that the example of inverse A belongs to Q plus, there exists B belongs to Q plus such that A circle B equals to B circle A equals to E. We are taking A circle B equals to E implies AB by 3 equals to E. Already we know that E equals to 3. Already we proved in identity E equals to 3. Therefore, AB equals to 3 equals to 9 implies B equals to 9 by A or A equals to 9 by b. Therefore, 9 by b is the inverse of a, or 9 by a is the inverse of b. Okay. Next one is commutative. The last one is commutative. What we know prove in commutative? A circle B equals to B circle A. Now we are considering let A comma B belongs to Q plus. We now prove that A circle B equals to B circle A. Now we are considering LHS A circle B equals to B. A circle B. Okay, A circle B means AB by 3. Already we know that we can prove in this way also. Already we know that AB equals to BA, since already Q is a rational numbers, Q plus is commutative. Q plus and Q dot is also commutative. That means AB equals to BA by AB equals to BA. Therefore, AB by 3 equals to BA by 3 equals to B circle A. Therefore, A circle B equals to B circle A. Therefore, Q plus is commutative. Therefore, Q plus satisfies closer associative identity, inverse and abelian. Therefore, Q plus circle is an abelian group. Students, are you understood? Next, we are moving to the theorem. Prove that the set G of rational numbers other than 1 with operation circle such that A circle B equals to A plus B minus AB for all A comma B belongs to G is an abelian group. Listen carefully. Given that G is a rational number, so G is in the form P by Q, and also given that G is not containing 1, so we defining the set G equals to P by Q such that P comma Q belongs to Z and Q not equals to 0 minus set of 1. Now we are prove closer associative identity, inverse and abelian. Okay. First we are proving closure property. Let we are taking the elements. Let A comma B belongs to G. Already given that G not containing 1. Therefore A not equals to 1 and B not equals to 1. Are you understood? Again listen carefully. A comma B belongs to G implies A comma B belongs to Q, because G containing the set of rational numbers. Definitely G is contained in G, implies A belongs to G, implies A belongs to G, implies A belongs to Q and A not equals to 1. Similarly, B belongs to G implies B belongs to Q and B not equals to 1. We now prove that A circle B belongs to G. So it is enough to prove that already given that A circle B equals to A plus B minus AB. So it is enough to prove that A plus B minus AB not equals to 1. Okay, students. So what we have to prove now? It is enough to prove that A plus B minus AB not equals to 1. If possible, suppose that what we are assuming is A plus B minus AB equals to 1. Now we have to prove which is a contradiction. Okay, students. A plus B minus AB equals to 1 implies A plus B minus AB minus 1 equals to, we are taking the RHS type terms into LHS. A plus B minus AB minus 1 equals to 0 implies we are taking A is common in A comma A minus B. Okay. Next we are taking 1 common in, minus 1 common in B comma minus 1 implies A into 1 minus B minus 1 into 1 minus B equals to 0. That means A minus 1 into 1 minus B equals to 0 implies A equals to 1 and B equals to 1, which is a contradiction. Why? Because we are already taking that A comma B not equals to 1. Therefore, which is a contradiction. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, A plus B minus AB not equals to 1. That means A circle B not equals to 1. Okay, students. For A comma B belongs to G, then A plus B belongs to G and AB belongs to G. Why? Because we are taking A comma B are in rational numbers, implies A plus B minus AB belongs to G. Therefore, A circle B belongs to G by the defined condition. Therefore, G circle is closed. What we know? Prove associative. What is associative? Let A comma B comma C belongs to G implies A circle B circle C equals to A circle B circle C. Now we are taking LHS A circle B circle C. Now we are applying the defined condition on the brackets. So implies A circle B equals to A plus B minus AB circle C equals to A plus B minus AB plus C minus A plus B minus AB into C equals to A plus B minus AB plus C minus AC minus BC plus ABC equals to A plus B plus C minus AB minus BC minus AC plus ABC. Okay, now we are considering the RHS. A circle, B circle, C equals to A circle, B plus C minus BC. Why? Because we are applying the defined condition in the bracket terms B circle C. It can be become as B plus C minus BC. Now I am applying the A circle, a whole time treated as single term, A plus B plus C minus BC minus A into B plus C minus BC equals to A plus B plus C minus BC minus AB minus AC plus ABC. Therefore, LHS equals to RHS. Therefore, G circle is associative. Therefore, G circle is associative. Next one is existence of identity. Identity means what we know. A belongs to G implies there exists E belongs to G such that A circle E equals to E circle A equals to A. Okay, students, now we are moving to identity. Let A belongs to G implies A not equals to 1. And we know taking E belongs to G be the identity element. By the definition of identity, A circle A equals to E circle A equals to E. E implies A circle A equals to A. Already we know that A circle B equals to A plus B minus AB. Therefore, A circle E equals to A plus E minus AE equals to A. Implies we are taking E is common in these two terms. Implies E minus AE. First of all, you know that by left cancellation law, A's are cancelled. After that, E minus A equals to 0. Now we are taking E is common, implies E into 1 minus A equals to 0. That means E equals to 0 and 1 minus A equals to 0 implies E equals to 0 and A equals to 1. But already given that A not equals to 1 implies E equals to 0. Therefore, E equals to 0. E equals to 0 belongs to G be the identity element. Next one is existence of inverse. What you know about the existence of inverse? Let A belongs to G implies there exists E belongs to G such that A circle B equals to B circle A equals to E. Now we are taking let A belongs to G and E equals to G, 0 be the identity element in G and B belongs to G be the inverse of A. Listen carefully. By the definition of inverse, A circle B equals to B circle A equals to E. Implies A circle B equals to E. Implies A plus B minus AB equals to 0. Implies we are taking A as common. We are taking B is common in this. Implies A plus B into 1 minus A equals to 0. Implies B into 1 minus A equals to minus A. Implies B equals to A by A minus 1. We can also write that A equals to B by B minus 1. Therefore, G circle is invertible. Are you understood, students? Next, we are moving to commutative property. Let A comma B belongs to G. We now prove that A circle B equals to B circle A. Now we are considering A circle B. Okay, A circle B means A plus B minus AB. Now we are interchanging A plus B equals to B plus A because A comma B belongs to Q implies A plus B equals to B plus A. AB equals to BA. Now we are changing A plus B equals to B plus A. AB equals to minus BA equals implies equals to B circle A. What you understood? A circle B equals to A plus B minus AB. We know that A comma B belongs to Q. That means we are changing A plus B equals to B plus A and AB equals to BA equals to what we obtained? B circle A. Therefore, A circle B equals to B circle A. Therefore, G circle is commutative. Therefore, already we proved closer associative identity inverse and abelian. Therefore, G circle is abelian group. Okay, students. Now we are giving the some problems. You do in the same way. Prove that the set of G of real numbers other than -1 with operations star such that A star B equals to A plus B plus AB for all A comma B belongs to G is a abelian group. We are taking the set G equals to set of real numbers minus of minus 1. We are not taking minus 1. That means we are taking the elements A comma B belongs to G. That means A not equals to minus 1 and B not equals to minus 1. We are proving this problem in the above problem in the same way. Okay. Next, similarly, we can prove this problem also. We can prove that show that the set G equals to cos theta minus sin theta cos theta such that theta is a real number. Okay, students.